Hey guys, this is the Jupiter X, and today I just want to play it like a big old Jupiter-8. So we're going to get that thing loaded up. Scene 1 is going to pop up here, and it sounds real good. But that's not what we're looking for. I want to start fresh with an initialize patch. So we're going to go to the right menu here, and we're going to scroll down to scene initialize. We're going to enter that, confirmed. Then we're going to scroll to the tone initializer, which will give us a fresh sawtooth on that JP8 model. Depending on what model you have selected, or rather what part you have selected, you can initialize the tone from the right menu. We're going to get out of there, and when you initialize a scene, I'll load up part here, they leave a couple of things on for you. So we are just going to get rid of those guys. We've turned off all the effects. And that should leave us with a basic sawtooth. If you wanted a sync sound, they make it real easy. All you got to do is hit the sync button and dial up your pitch envelope. The pitch envelope is by default set to oscillator 1, or to sync oscillator 1. So if that's all you've got set up, maybe give yourself a little whoop. So that's the sync menu and the pitch, and you just get to screw around with the depth there. It's a real cool sound. But you kind of lose out on that big, wide, detuned sound you get with two oscillators running in parallel. So we're going to turn that off, and we're going to switch to our pitch, or not our pitch, our bring it back. I'm going to switch to our filter envelope, which just gives us that nice filtery. Wait for it. There it is. So nice. Maybe you guys can see it there. It's probably not going to work at all. So that's two oscillators, and we're not really synced up, but we can detune them. Yeah, a little res. Make it into a nice stabby sound. What if we threw in a little LFO? So depending on the function of the synth, you've got this notch in the center, which denominates 50, or positive and negative. But for the Jupiter-8, you only have positive values. So we're just going to turn it up a little way over here, have the rate sitting somewhere there, and hopefully that'll work with the fade time. Oh yeah! Now if you want to get deeper with the mod section, or the cross mod, for example, you have the predetermined mod wheel here. I'm going to turn that up. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to put that down for a sec. We're just going to spool it up. There it is. That's cool. It's just a cool sound. You really get some wacky detune with the cross mod. But if we, I don't know, is this gonna fit? No. If we hit shift, and then we're going to move this knob here. Now we've got some better selection, like pulse width mode and your pulse width mod. So right now, with the Jupiter-8 at least, you've got to get into the menu here to load up some pulse width. Or I'm sure you could program one of your sliders here, or your wheel, to do the same thing. So at the very least, you've got options rather than going into the menu here if you had to. But it's not a hard sell. It's shift, mod, you're ready to go. Maybe we need to be square wave. Pulse wave, as they call So that sounds pretty cool. And what I'm going to do now is throw something else on top of it. But we're going to forget all about the Jupiter sound that I just made. I want a Juno sound. So we're going to go over to the Juno engine. We're going over to part 2, and we have part 2 on. We've turned part 1 off. It's still hiding in there, but we turned it off. So we're going to go back to our right menu, and we are going to scroll down. Now that we have part 2 selected, we are going to initialize our tone. Initialized. The effects, they're specifically to do with the scene, so we don't have to worry about those. And that should leave us on the Juno engine with a square wave. And then in the Master Effects section, I think, turn that. Oh, we got to turn Master Effects on. We gotta get out of that menu for some reason. Now we can turn Master Effects on. I'm gonna turn Master Effects up, and that should be Juno Chorus. Oh yeah. So we're gonna make a quick patch here. Just something real fast, not to worry about. A little plucky thing. pulse width on the Juno engine is right on your little mod dial there. So it's very accessible. You don't have to go dig into the menu at all for the Juno, which is cool. Something I learned just recently here. If we hit shift, oh, you know what? And it's real difficult to do with that GoPro in my hands. But if we hit shift, the last 5 here, rather 11 through 15, they are what turns on and off the ARP switch for each individual part. So right now, I'm just turning on number 2, which is our Juno patch. Now, if there's anything good in the world, I can turn that on and, pardon me a sec, I actually think that in my system settings, I have the ARP set only to respond to a MIDI clock, so we're going to turn that off. There we go. Exit out of there, exit out of there, and hopefully we've got a very basic arpeggiator going right now. Really glad that worked out. Now the 106 doesn't actually have an arpeggiator, but I'm really happy to have an arpeggiator that I can use on multiple parts here. And that will let us turn on part 1, which is the Jupiter-8, the pad sound that we made, and we can use them together. That's pretty cool. So my other camera just died, but that's as good a spot as any to end off. I'll make some more videos, so tell me what you want to see from the Jupiter X here, because I am learning with you, and I'll get on it. I'll make some cool stuff, and I'll see you later.